Alright, basically in presentation number 3, I compared two different speakers. One was going to be Joel Osteen. He is a pastor, preacher, preaches in front of thousands of people. And then my second one was Wintley Phipps, basically an actor back in the 70s for a bunch of different shows and singers. So first of all, Joe Osteen, he did a motivational speech in 2010. Basically what I said is there's many characteristics that make Osteen a great speaker. He has a great and positive attitude. He makes you feel confident when he speaks to you. Makes you feel like you want to hear more all the time. It's really a good feeling. Sometimes when you listen to a presentator, you feel nervous for him and stuff like that. But for Osteen, I didn't feel nervous at all for him. I knew he was, fluent. Basically he always said what was on his mind, and it didn't sound weird at all. He basically in his presentation said that, when you want to have a good speech, basically just, act like you're the king. Act like you are the best thing to walk the world, Basically be the best that you can be. Act like you own the world. That's basically all I can say about that. His voice and personality are one of a kind. Most definitely talented individual. He doesn't read off of a piece of paper like many beginning speakers. He doesn't say hey a lot like I always do. Basically he talks strictly on lifetime experiences and stuff like that. So it really brings out a good presentation. And then with my second speaker, Phipps, Wintley Phipps, he did a motivational speech also back in November 2012. And basically what I said about him is he's a great speaker. He is very excited. He is confident and carries himself well. His stage presence consists of him using a lot of hand motions all the time, and when he describes his stories, his facial expressions are one of a kind, I would say. He always does this weird smiling thing. When he's telling a joke, he look down and stuff like that. He really gets you excited and you just want to laugh at the guy. I would recommend him to anybody. Basically, he tells you stories about real life experiences. He says this is what you should do, this is what you shouldn't do. Basically, live your life to the fullest. Another thing about Phipps is that he has this really low voice that makes him sound like he's singing, like the opera people, and it just makes you want to giggle during his stories and stuff like that, and you just want to keep hearing more from the guy. He's a very interesting guy. But one thing about Phipps that I didn't like is that he just stood in one spot. He had a huge stage. He should have been the whole time, basically walking around, this, telling a story this way, telling a story that way. He didn't do that very well, but, overall, I would, give him an A+ as a speaker. No matter what he does, he's going to be good. So that's basically all I have for you guys, so thank you.